Hi guys, it's Samantha, welcome to my channel. So today I'm filming my September TBR and not gonna lie, it's quite ambitious. I've got uni starting in a week, so I don't think I'll manage to get through all of them as it's quite the pile. But we're gonna try. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. The first book I'm gonna read in September is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, I think. Yeah, I've already started reading this. As you can tell, I'm really not very far through at all. I'm only 2 chapters in, but I'm currently reading this with my book club on Instagram. And I'm really liking it so far. Yeah, it's basically 5 students walk into detention and only 4 leave alive. So it's kind of a whodunit kind of thing. But yeah, I'm really excited to carry on reading this and hopefully I'll finish that one fairly soon. The second book I want to read in September is The Lost Witch by Melvin Burgess, I think. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. But yeah, I've started reading this and I'm not very far through. I got this in my Book Box Club subscription box in July, and the meeting for it is on Thursday the 6th, I believe, of September. So I really want to fly through this in the next couple of days because I've got less than a week to read it. So hopefully that'll be done in a couple of days, which leaves me plenty of time to read the rest of my books. But yeah, it's pretty good so far. I'm currently 46 chapters in. 46 chapters in. Chapters? Pages. Currently 46 pages in, and it's pretty good so far. Basically it's about this girl called Bee, and she's started to hear and see things that no one else can, and she realises she's a witch, and people are hunting her. So it sounds really good, so that is definitely on my TBR. So the next one on my TBR is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This, again, has been on my TBR for about a year, same as One of Us is Lying. I've been meaning to pick it up and just never have. So yeah, I'm really excited to finally get into this. I loved everything. I thought it was really good. I flew through it in about a day. So I'm really excited to start reading this. I've started the audiobook as well on Scribd. So hopefully that means I've got plenty of time to read it, and, you know, still do uni stuff. So yes, that is what I'm very excited to read. So it's about, I'll just give you a quick premise of it. It says, the story of a girl and a boy in the universe. Natasha. I'm a girl who believes in science and facts, not fate, not destiny, or dreams that will never come true. I'm definitely not the kind of girl who meets a cute boy on a crowded New York City street and falls in love with him. Not when my family is 12 hours away from being deported to Jamaica. Falling in love with him won't be my story. Daniel. I've always been the good son, the good student, living up to my parents' high expectations, never the poet or the dreamer. But when I see her, I forget about all that. Something about Natasha makes me think that fate has something much more extraordinary in store for both of us. The universe. Every moment in our lives has brought us to this single moment. A million futures lie before us. Which one will come true? So yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I started the audiobook, I'm only about 30 pages in. So yeah, that's hopefully one I'll get through fairly quickly with the audiobook as well as reading it. Next on my TBR is Jinxed by Amy McCulloch. I also got this in my Book Box Club subscription box, this time for August, and the meeting will be in October, I believe, but I want to get a head start on this and not leave it till the last minute like I have with The Lost Witch. So that's definitely on my September TBR. I don't know much about it. It just says, Lacey Chu has big dreams for working of Moncha, the tech firm behind the Baku phenomenon. But first she needs to get into the exclusive Perfectus Academy, and there's no way she can afford to do that. Then Lacey meets Jinx. Jinx opens up a world that Lacey never knew existed, including the entry to the hallowed halls of Perfectus. But what is he really? His abilities surpass those of any other Baku. He seems to be so much more than just a robotic pet. He seems real. So, yeah, sounds fairly interesting. But, yeah, I'm quite looking forward to reading it, I think. It's not one I would pick up by myself, I don't think, but that's why I love Book Box Club, because it encourages me to read more stuff that I wouldn't, so that is next on my TBR. The next book I want to read is Outwalkers by Fiona Shaw. I started this back in April maybe, and then just found other things to read, or I had exams or any of that stuff. So I'm not very far through. I'm currently 24 pages through, but I might go back and reread. But this is one that's been on my TBR for a while. I bought it in April and wanted to start it, but like I say, other stuff got in the way. But I really like the sound of it. It says, the borders closed, Jake said. No one can get into Scotland, just like no one can cross the Channel. This is England, and it's no longer a free country. The government can track anyone, anywhere, from a chip implanted at birth. But Jake has escaped from his academy orphanage, and he needs to get to Scotland with his dog Jet. When the Outwalkers gang grabs him, they go off-grid while the government hunts for them. The closer they get to Scotland, the more dangerous it is, because now it's not only their own lives that are at stake. So I think that sounds amazing, and I really like the cover. I think it's so pretty. So I'm really excited to read this, and hopefully I'll get to that in September. Next on my TBR is a book that, again, has been on my TBR for about a year and just haven't got round to, but I've been hearing a lot about this on Bookstagram lately, so I definitely want to pick it up, and that is History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. And I've heard so many good things about this book, so I'm really excited to pick it up. It says, Griffin has lost his first love in a drowning accident. Theo was his best friend, his ex-boyfriend, and the one he believed he would end up with. Now reeling from grief and worsening OCD, Griffin turns to an unexpected person for help, Theo's new boyfriend. But as the relationship becomes increasingly complicated, dangerous truths begin to surface. Griffin must make a choice, confront the past or miss out on his future. So I think that sounds really good. And yeah, like I say, it's been on my TBR for about a year, so really eager to pick this up. The next book on my TBR is a sequel. I read the first one back in June, I believe, and I really enjoyed the first book. The first book was Why Mummy Drinks by Jill Sims, and it was so funny and I really enjoyed it, so I want to read Why Mummy Swears by Jill Sims, and I'm really hoping it'll be as good as the first one because, like I say, I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I just thought it was so funny, so high hopes for this. The final book I want to read in September is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. And this was in the Book Box Club March box, I believe, and I just never got round to it. I was still at uni at that point and was coming up to exams, so wasn't reading very much. But yeah, I mean, the cover is beautiful, look at that. But yeah, it says, 2 centuries ago in small isolated Sparrow, 3 sisters were sentenced to death for witchery and drowned in the waters surrounding the town. Now each summer the sisters return, stealing the bodies of 3 girls and seeking revenge by dragging boys to their watery deaths. Like many locals, 17-year-old Penny Talbot has accepted the town's fate. Then, on the eve of the sisters' return, Beau Carter arrives, unaware of the danger he has just stumbled into, or the fact that his arrival will change everything. Mistrust and lies spread quickly through the salty, rain-soaked streets. Penny and Beau suspect each other of hiding secrets, and death comes swiftly to those who cannot resist the call of the sisters. But only Penny sees what others cannot, and she will be forced to choose, save Beau or save herself. So I think this sounds really good, and I've been meaning to read it since I received it, and just haven't got around to it, so that's definitely on my TBR. So yeah, that is all the books I want to read in September. Like I say, it's a bit ambitious because there's quite a lot of them. There is 8 in total, but I'm hoping with a mix of audiobooks and just trying to make time for it, hopefully I'll be able to get round to it. But yeah, that is everything. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye!